Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Pregame from the Pond, Madison Mallard Pregame Show. Derek Brizendine alongside Alec Dopp. And Alec, couple of good days for the guys to have off there, but now it's back to baseball.
Yeah, long season, and any off days you really want to use to your advantage. And yeah, absolutely, like you said, back to baseball. I mean, we got we're really entrenched into the second half of the season here. Only a certain amount of games left here coming up, couple weeks, but a lot to be determined. And it all starts tonight.
Yeah, big two-game home set against La Crosse tonight and tomorrow. La Crosse is one of those teams, very good team, just like the Mallards. But the Mallards definitely can handle La Crosse. It's just a matter of, are they able to come out and execute?
Yeah, those are two big variables that you just mentioned for sure. And these are two teams that are, I wouldn't say identical in a lot of ways, but they're two teams that really hit the ball well, and sometimes the ball falls in your favor, sometimes they don't. But a lot of talent on both clubs, and honestly, we've seen a lot of games go back and forth between these two guys, these two teams this season, and it's going to be important that we get out to an early start today in the first game, and kind of carry that momentum.
And you were talking about the bats there for the La Crosse, and we actually got to see that the other night at the Northwoods League All-Star game in Mason McCoy. And that guy, he has got a bat, and he's also can play a great field. And he really showed that off there at the All-Star game the other night, along with all the other All-Stars in the Northwoods League. That was really a fun game to watch, to go out and see all that talent.
Absolutely. The talent was obviously unreal from a player perspective. And McCoy is he's a scary player. And you can't really say much more than that. I mean, we've seen a couple incredible plays with the glove at shortstop from him here at the Duck Pond this season. And, obviously the bat is ridiculous. He's leading the league in hitting still, and he's got 7 home runs for the season. So, the guy can play. And, it's going to be important that, the Mallards pitchers, who we'll get into here soon, can, keep him honest at the plate. And that's a tough task, because he's very, very, selective at the plate, and he can put a good swing on just about everything.
And the guy getting that task tonight, Dalton Despain. Dalton, very strong pitcher for the Mallards. Sometimes has little trouble controlling the location of the ball. But for the most part, very good summer for him. And a guy that Donnie Scott really looks to go out and have a solid game. Especially as we close out the season here. He's going to need a couple guys, because as we get into that playoff stretch, it's 5 games in 5 days. There is no time to rest then. It's all go, and it's for everything at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it says a lot about Donnie's confidence in Dalton that he's starting the stretch run for these guys, because quite clearly AJ Bogucki has been pitching better than any other Mallards pitcher. We'll be honest right now. He's been incredible. Dalton has been up and down this year, and that's kind of how his spring went with Texas A&M Corpus Christi. But you look at what he's been able to do, especially at home. He's 3-1 here. His decision record there here this season, and the strikeout to walk ratio was really one thing that Dalton has improved upon. This summer he's got 40 strikeouts, 20 walks. Not ideal, but it's coming along. In the spring it was about equal, honestly, with Corpus Christi. So. It says a lot about him to get this start tonight. It's a huge game, and I think he'll be able to answer the call well if he can command his stuff and get ahead of guys early.
And if he can go out and have a couple few quality innings, maybe hit 5 or 6 innings of good quality pitching, and then give it over to that well rested, still a little thin bullpen out there in the Quack Pack. That's really the equation that have worked for the Mallards all year long.
Yeah, and you want those guys. Obviously we got rest these guys, but Mike Kalen and Vince Arrobio are 2 staples of our bullpen this summer. They pitched Tuesday night each, I think, an inning for Kalen, and then like 0.2 innings for Vince. But anyways, it's going to be really important that they go. Like Dalton goes tonight, 6 strong. Honestly, in my opinion. Because, the only guy who we've really counted on for that is Bogucki, who we've already mentioned. And Dalton's been up and down. He hasn't, I don't believe, pitched into the 7th inning yet this season. And, that's part of the learning process for him. But if he can just really, command the zone, get ahead of guys early, a lot of soft ground ball contact, I think that, we're in for a really, a good start from Dalton tonight. And it's going to be important for him against one of the best hitting clubs in the Northwoods League.
And as we look ahead here, we have 7 more home games to finish out the season. We have 2 against La Crosse, 1 against Wisconsin Woodchucks, 2 against Alexandria, and 2 against Battle Creek. So I'm going to ask you, what do you think that magic number is? How many games do you think they need to win of those final 7 home games to really feel confident as we close the season?
I think, I don't expect them to go undefeated, and I don't even think that's necessary at this point. I'll probably say 2 losses on this homestand. I'm not going to predict. Baseball is a very unpredictable sport, so especially in the Northwoods League. But, they've played really well at home this year, and that's reflected in some of the offensive numbers especially. I think I would say 2 losses, no more than that, would be, deemed a successful homestand for these guys. And, moving forward, that's going to be especially key. How about you?
I'm going to say I'd like to think they'll only lose 1. But I don't know where that'll come because I know they've struggled with all of the teams coming up. They've had their ups and downs against all of them, but I think Donnie Scott will get them honed in here at the end of the season as we close out to really finish strong and peak at the right time.
Yeah, it's either 1 or 2 losses for me, to be honest, but that's one thing Donnie's really good at. He's really good at getting the guys focused and on, a singular, uniform kind of task, and that's, playing a good ball game, putting good swings on pitches, being aggressive, being smart on the base paths, and that's a winning, recipe that we've seen for these guys so far.
And it all starts tonight. Big game against La Crosse. And before we go here, we got another video that we've been working on. We kind of liked how we ended it here last week with a couple videos. So we're going to do that again tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. Hope for a big Mallard victory. And we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Superpower. Super fast.
Flying. To fly, of course.
Invisibility.
I'd love to be able to fly. That'd be nice.
Probably some athleticism, because I don't really have any.
Flying.
Flying, super strength,
Teleportation.
X-ray vision,
Invisibility.
telekinesis,
Flying like Royal Coleman.
Fast.
Super strength.
If I could, I'd probably want to fly.
Fly.
To fly.
To be invisible.
Food. Velveeta mac and cheese.
Mexican.
Italian,
Chipotle.
Probably a good steak.
Cheesesteaks.
Ooh, everything.
Mexican food, pizza,
Steak.
pizza, fried fish, pizza,
Our hamburgers before game, delicious.
Sub sandwiches.
Pizza.
Superhero. Batman.
Batman,
Batman.
probably Superman,
Definitely Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Batman, Batman,
Batman.
Superman,
Batman.
Iron Man,
Oh, Goldstein in his superhero tank at the gym.
Batman.
The Flash.
Dream car. Smart car.
Camaro,
Camaro.
Probably a really fast truck, actually.
Shelby GT 500.
It's gotta be like an F-250, like jacked up.
Lamborghini,
Lamborghini.
Dodge Viper.
Lamborghini,
Mustang. I don't know.
Jeep.
Aston Martin Vanquish.
Audi R8.
Dodge Challenger.
Probably just a nice Benz.